So welcome back to the campaign. For anyone new, I play games for the storytelling and challenge, which generally means taking my time, trying to stay thematic, and avoiding exploits. If you prefer min-maxing or speeding through content, then my stuff may not be for you, although you're welcome to join us for a while to find out. In Total War Warhammer, that means using some mods to make the campaign and battles slower and harder to try to fit the brutal world of Warhammer, and also fighting all but the most lopsided battles manually. There's a link in the description to the video where I go over all the mods we're using and why, and another one to the Steam collection where you can subscribe to all these mods with a single button press. For this campaign, we are playing as Kugoth Plaguefather, the Fetid Brewmaster, setting out to spread across the world not for the sake of conquering it, but in search of the perfect plague. For some reason, humans and dwarves and lizards and everyone else don't seem to want to embrace Grandfather Nurgle's toxic love and are fighting back, which is an annoyance to Kugoth and will just have to use more forceful methods, like destroying their armies, conquering their cities, and spreading our corruption to every province we can reach. Okay, so turn 62, and we've made some decent progress here in our war against Ghorst. I'm actually a little surprised he did not recruit a new lord into the Haunted Forest. It couldn't possibly be that he thinks this can hold out on his own. I would not think. So obviously we're going to make an attack here. The only real question is whether or not we attack right away, whether we siege it down a little bit, and really, I guess those are multiple questions, isn't it? Really, what I was going to say, the only question is whether we bring Grog down to reinforce an attack on it, or whether we make sure to keep Grog close enough to defend scrap towers. I think we probably want to do that. I think it's more important that we don't give him an opening here. Poor Scrap Towers has switched hands so many different times in this campaign. It would be a little bit of a shame to lose it again after we've gotten it back up to the point that it's at now. 2 more turns and we'll be able to get it starting to go up towards Tier 3, so that would be good. And Knobbly Gorge is looking pretty good meanwhile. That's up to 19 units in a garrison, all at full strength. And that's even prior to finishing this fungi of defilement. So that's good. Okay, so let's just take a quick look here at our messages. Finally, we have a military building built. This is so exciting. And we spread some plagues around. We got a little bit of extra Nurgle corruption, not a big deal. We got another immortal Vestergax. He's a lord, right? Or no, is he a hero? He's our hero here. Counter some factions, got some population surplus. Okay, all very good. Just really quickly here, just to refresh my memory, because it's been a few days. The Greasus 44. Greasus basically even with us. However, Greasus only has 4 settlements, and they're at war with a lot of different enemies. Who is Oh, we're the Foul-Breathed. That's interesting. I love seeing how our name changes as we change size. Okay, we're the Foul-Breathed. And anyway, and Ghorst is at 86. So yeah, Ghorst pretty weak. However, Ghorst does have the advantage of the fact that even though we crushed him and killed him, we didn't kill him because the dead rise again, and he's back to having himself and his very high level here, White King, and his Vargulf. Don't really know exactly everything else he's got, but he's got enough that we can't ignore him. So we just want to be smart about how we press the advantage here. This army's pretty weak. Level 1 Lord, just some chaff in there. Don't even know if it's close enough to lay siege to Scrap Towers this turn. If he wanted to, Scrap Towers... The problem with Scrap Towers, with defending it right now, is until we get to Tier 3, it's not a minor settlement battle. It's just a field battle. And I would feel a lot better about it if it was a minor settlement battle. So, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and give our newly immortal exalted hero here a skill up. Let's give him Wound Maker. Very good. Very strong now. This is really nice. What's he got? All these guys have potion healing. Not anymore. We're going to give him... Do we want him to have Trickster's Helm? Fused Armor, is that okay for... Yeah, the extra speed, quite frankly, is really good for Kugath. Let's go ahead and give Trickster's Helm here to Festergax. Next question is... Going up against... I'm going to take him off his steed for now. No, I'm going to leave him on his steed. The hitbox I don't worry about so much when they don't have missile units. And if I take a look here at what they've got, they have no missile units. He's probably easier to hit. I think his hitbox is bigger in melee as well. But I might want the speed. I hate to give up the speed. I'll pay attention to it. If it starts to look like it's a real problem with him getting hit, then maybe I'll take him back off. But for now we're going to leave him on. And let's go ahead and lay siege and see what this tells us. So it's probably going to give us a loss on the auto-resolve, I would think, because our Nurgling units are the bulk of our army and they're so weak. But our lords do really compensate for a lot of that, so let's find out. Pyrrhic victory, interesting. We could actually auto-resolve this and only lose some Nurglings. The battle itself is going to be a field battle, of course. I believe we could probably win that just fine with Nurgle's army. In fact, I'm certain of it. I'm sorry, when I say Nurgle, I mean Kugath, with Kugath's army. And I kind of hate to have him miss a battle, but we don't want to risk scrap towers. It's not worth losing scrap towers just to try to get this guy back into a battle. So let's go ahead and give increased mobility here. That's a no-brainer. Which is good, because I'm sure many of you would agree that I play very much like someone without a brain. And then we're going to... We don't really have to move him any closer at this point. We could actually... I think we can actually put him closer to where he can threaten Shambletown, because he's still going to be close enough to reinforce. He can reinforce if they make an aggressive move towards scrap towers, or for that matter, he could even replace Plague Chosen as the army defending. Okay, I'm going to check, before I suffer any losses here, I'm going to check diplomacy now. Not that I think I'll take a lot of losses, but you never know. I don't want to underestimate this. He is going to have a tier 4 settlement garrison buff, which is quite strong. His units are definitely stronger than they would be in vanilla. Let's go ahead and let's jump into this. He does have a fair number of large units, so I think we're going to want to fight in the woods, here or here. Do I want actually, I think maybe do I already have the yeah, I already have the crumbling ague. That's good. Okay, that's what we want. Actually, no, I don't have the one that gives me the better defenses. Let's go ahead and fight this battle then. That's the next one we need to unlock. I guess we could probably even fight in these woods right here. It's larger, and with our Vanguard deployment, we might be able to even start there. Yeah, we can. I don't see any reason not to do that, so let's go ahead and make our line 5 wide. We want to make sure that Kugath is going to be able to reach each and every unit with his buff. So if I put him here in the front middle, it is a little unfortunate having the trees right here actually, so maybe that's... Yeah, okay, scratch that. You guys, all of you come back here. Can't quite move, there we go. All you guys here in the middle of these trees. You two. And we're going to go ahead and get Septed on the right, Adipus on the left, Kugath in the middle here. That'll be good. And you guys, for now, let's just go ahead and have you start in here. And you in the middle as well, obviously. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and start the battle. Let's have Kugath firing at Graveguard, I suppose. Let's actually, you know what I just realized? Let's keep these two guys together because he's going to attack us with Vargeists, I suspect. Ooh, he's also got a Terrorgeist there. I need to be careful of that, actually. You know, I need to not expose them to attack from all of his flying units at one time. How fast are we? We're speed 95. His Terrorgeist is speed 90. Yeah, we could very easily get ourselves bogged down if we race in here and try to do a Locus of Contagion. It's not worth the risk, I don't think. Although we could also... We could get a Rancid Visitations on it. Does Terror... Okay, here comes the Terrorgeist. Alright. Never mind. You snooze, you lose, right? Let's go ahead and get him, get these guys... Oh, they're turning... The Terrorgeist turned around. Very interesting. We just want to get them close enough to where they were going to benefit from Kugath's buff. Alright, Kugath. Those are Graveguard 2. You've done pretty good damage to them. Go ahead and do pretty good damage to them too, if you would. And we're going to pull him back a little bit here shortly. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's get a little bit of a distraction going. Let's race them forward. Yep, okay. And if we blow you guys up... Alright, now you guys get here and do that. You go ahead and get over here and do it next. Okay. Alright, Kugath, I said I was going to pull you back and then I didn't. Let's put you in guard mode. Turn that off. Go ahead and hit this. Okay, you guys are now going to be fighting... Where's the Terrorgeist? I'll fight the... There it is, right there. Okay, you... Boom, boom. Get in on these Black Knights, I suppose. Boom, boom. Hex Wraiths, that's fine. You get in on those Cryptors, that's fine. Okay, Kugath, you're fine. Alright, so we might need to do some heals here. We also, in fact... let's go ahead and do a heal. Oh, yeah, he's taking some serious damage. Okay, let's go ahead and... I think we're going to want to get a Rancid Visitations on this Terrorgeist, probably. Oh, the Mortis engine. We got to get that Mortis engine taken care of. Okay, let's get that. I didn't even notice the Mortis engine. There's the Mortis engine. Okay, you get back here. All right, yeah, we got a lot that we're dealing with here. Okay. Yeah, run around a little bit. I don't want to lose you, Adipus. You know what? Scratch this. Actually, land. Can you land? Alright, we're going to have to use our main healing on him. Go ahead and do that. Okay. Yeah, they're doing a number on us. We need to absolutely kill this Mortis engine. Go ahead and drink your healing potion. How are you doing? Can you land? No, you still can't land. What about you? Get you in here, maybe. Okay, we can cast another heal if we need. Boom. Kugath, how are you doing? Okay, where's that Mortis engine? Adipus. You still cannot land. Go ahead and use your Locus of Contagion. I'd rather use a Rancid Visitations on that Mortis engine. Are you guys, have you been, no, you haven't been able to get on the Mortis engine. Get on the Mortis engine if you can. Get on the Mortis engine. Lost a Nurgling unit. It is what it is. It's not ideal, but yeah, you fight that Terrorgeist. Can you land? No. Can you land? No. Should have landed them before this great big scrum started. Alright, how we doing here? How are you doing? You're fighting that Terrorgeist, that's good. Okay. Yeah, you need to kind of maybe try to get out of the fight for a minute if you can. How are we looking on this Mortis engine? Still not taking it down fast enough, I'm afraid. Any good use of a Blight Boil? Not really. Go ahead and use the Locus of Contagion. You get in. Get in on that as well. Okay, you're now in a position where you can land. Okay, that's good. Okay, you know what? I think we're close to being able to take that out. We could do this. There's really no use for healing right now, so let's do it. Let's go ahead and hit. Where's the Terrorgeist? There, let's hit the Terrorgeist. Okay, still don't... Our Exalted Heroes are awesome. They're barely taking any damage at all. How are we looking here on that Mortis engine? Come on, guys, finish that off. Finish that Mortis engine off. Still healing. It's still healing. Terrorgeist as well. Come on, Kugath. I know you guys can do it. Okay. Be able to do a... We could do a heal if we need to, but we don't really need to right now. Yeah, definitely go ahead and do that. Let's get the healing out of Stream of Corruption, maybe. It's got to be a good place for that. Maybe right there. Give us a little bit of healing, do a little bit of damage to them. Okay, there's Oedipus, go ahead and do that. Did you guys finish off that Mortis engine? I do not see it. Think we're about to finish this off. I'm gonna go ahead and drink the healing potion just because he probably took a tiny little bit of damage. And when they start to disintegrate, they're going to disintegrate quickly, and I'll lose the chance to do it. Let's go ahead and get a... Let's get a heal in on... Actually, can we... We can get an overcast here. Okay, Oedipus, how are you doing? You're fine. What's this? Is this the Terror? Yeah, the Terrorgeist. Okay, everybody on the Terrorgeist now. You as well. Get you using your buff. Kugath, let's get you actually over here if you would. I think we're doing fine. There we go. Okay, everything disintegrating. We lost one Nurgling unit. Think I can live with that. Took a lot of damage there on Oedipus. Oh, we didn't lose a Nurgling unit. It was one of the summons. Great. Well, that was I guess it was more or less what I expected, but except for the amount of damage that we took to our Plague Riddens at the very beginning had me ever so slightly concerned about them. Yeah, I have to notice things like Terrorgeists. Yeah. Yeah, those units, they make a difference. Only 2,000 gold out of that. This is really a shame because I think it said sack value is 12,000. But I don't really think I'm going to sack it because of two reasons. Yeah, look at that, 12,000. It's a little hard to even say no to that, but I guess I could loot and occupy. It damages the building, so I'm just going to go ahead and occupy it. Okay, we're going to end up having public order issues here anyway. We gained a... Oh, yeah, we got some good stuff there. Okay, captured many provinces. That's nice. Okay, very good. Yeah, so, okay, so the two reasons... Got a lot of levels there. The two reasons that we wanted to occupy it now instead of sacking it is, number one, we're going to be building stuff back up, and so I don't want it to reduce the tier of it any lower than necessary. What does this landmark give us? Gives us good income. That's great. The growth is I mean, it's fine, but battle healing cap in all armies, that's really nice. Yes, that's really nice. And recruit rank +1 for Plague Bearers of Nurgle and Exalted Plague Bearers faction-wide. That's very nice as well. Okay, that's good. That's really good. We just don't have enough money to be able to do quite everything that we want to do. We definitely wanted this. And I think we're going to want, instead of the growth right now, I think we're going to actually want to start with control. Because control is going to be an issue here, I have a feeling, once Kugath leaves. Which goes back to reason number 2 why we wanted to sack it, or I'm sorry, why we wanted to occupy it now instead of sacking it, is because Kugath's army is needed elsewhere. And the longer he stays down in this area, the more disadvantageous that is for us. So let's go ahead and get him back up there where he can do the most damage as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and give him Fetid Stench. This is... It's interesting. Here it's spelled fetid with an O. Here it's spelled fetid without the O. But this is a permanent -8 leadership debuff, which is very nice. And we want to give him, I think, Blade Shield probably. Let's maximize his defenses. So that's good. And with the, we got this Talisman of Endurance, which is a ward save. That's probably better. Yeah, 8% versus 7%, and better on everything rather than just physical. So that's good. The Iron Curse icon here. Yeah, no, we want him to have the missile resistance. So that's good. He has no weapon. That's interesting. I didn't realize he had no weapon. And actually, the Potion of Healing wouldn't be bad for him, but I do like the missile resistance. So I'm going to leave it at that. Adipus, you probably... Let's give you the physical resistance. No, you've already got a talisman, so never mind on that. Let's go ahead and give you your skill, however. You've got your pretty much everything that we prioritized for you. No, we're going to do Blight Boil. And then, now we'll do Infernal Champion. We'll start to make him a little bit tougher in melee, because we're going to start more and more often having to fight things like those Terrorgeist. Not so much Terrorgeist, but other flying monstrous units. Here we have Ben Koch. Ben Koch, we want you to have what? You've maximized increased mobility. You've maximized hard to hit and deadly blade. Let's go ahead and give you Wound Maker. And we're going to give you this Luckstone. That's going to make you really, really tough. I don't know why, because if you look at their stats, they never look all that impressive to me, even with the physical resistance. But these guys just seem incredibly durable in combat, and I'm not exactly sure why that is. Festergax, you got yet another level. And for you, we will give you... You have almost everything that we want. I'm tempted to give you Assassinate before I start giving you more of the fighting and combat abilities. I'm going to do that. It's always nice to have somebody who can do some assassination. You, Septed, you have all the spells. I just don't use death magic all that much. Might be nice to... I'm going to reduce your Spirit Leech, because that's still one that I use fairly often. We'll give you hard to hit. And... ooh, Mintash is now immortal as well. This is good. Das is very, very good. Good. Okay, let's give you Wound Maker. Oh, 2 ranks. And is that it? That's it. Am I missing any? Nope. Okay. Nothing else to give him. Alright. So, Haunted Forest. We're down to 193, so that's clearly all we can afford to do there. I'm loving that he's getting his Winds of Magic filled in. That guy, Grog, has already moved as far as he can. Plague Chosen, not really anything we can do now. Except abandon Scrap Towers, and I don't want to do that. Commandment available. Ah, yes. Okay, so we want to give you... I think we want to increase the corruption here as quickly as possible. We'll have to try to remember to switch that back soon. And I'm going to wait a turn because I don't want Kugath to accidentally get the plague that I drop on the Haunted Forest. But if I think of it next turn, I'll drop a growth plague and probably the control as well on the Haunted Forest. Meanwhile, all you guys up here... Oh, yeah, I do want to check this, however. So we need constant vomiting right here. We've got 10. We need 40 more spreads of rot before we're going to get that. But this one's really nice because of the physical resistance of 20. Very good for defense. Okay. Let me just really quickly check out the objectives. Shambletown, that'll be nice to get that. Shouldn't be too long. Although we do want to be careful because if we take this and Greasus has another army sitting up here, we could be vulnerable. And Grog's army is strong from the heroes, but it's really undermanned in terms of the units. Okay, Flayed Rock, obviously. We still need to do necrotic missiles at some point. We will soon. And, okay, we still need 16 more units recruited. We've already checked our diplomacy. Let's go ahead and end our turn and see what Ghorst and Greasus do. So Greasus, sure enough. Okay. Good to know. We're going to have to send Kugath up that way. I think Kugath can probably handle whatever army Greasus tries to throw at him. If Ghorst gives us the luxury of letting us focus for a turn or two on Greasus. Okay, he's in march stance. That's interesting. Just the one army. We'll have to take a look at that. We might be able to attack that with a combination of Plague Chosen and Grog. Grog might be able to reach that. Oh, yeah, and I wanted to check... Shoot, I forgot. Forgot to do it. I wanted to check to see if Magath Kin are still interested in a confederation. Because if they are... Dagnabbit, I hate this. Okay, so Ben von Leibowitz now has that. Not great. We don't love the detrimental effect on our leadership, that's for sure. You don't want your demons having low leadership. Okay, that's all fine. Yeah, that's fine. We encountered a couple... Oh, we encountered Karak Kadrin. Probably won't be long before we're at war with them. Okay, yeah, so while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and zoom up here. Let's take a look at Magath Kin. We're not allied, so we can't see his army, but we can only see his settlements because of our cults up here. He's got the whole province, so that's nice. That's nice. Dark Fortress, that means that's going to be a priority for the all of the Warriors of Chaos factions. Okay. And you know what? I did check diplomacy and they weren't interested, were they? They actually weren't interested in Confederation. Yeah, they're back down to the negative here. Okay, well, at some point he'll probably be interested again, and then if things are relatively stable down here, then I think we're going to do it because it'll make the campaign a bit more chaotic. We like chaos. We're a chaos god, right? This is a weak army. This is not exactly a strong army, but I'll bet you we could beat that. We can't see all of his units, but I still feel like we'd be able to win that battle. The only question is, can you reach to reinforce? No, you cannot. Okay, you're actually a little bit further away than I thought you were. Greasus, this is a strong army, but it's not going to be a match for Kugath.
This experiment requires speed.
Do I want to move in March stance? I don't think there's any reason not to. Let's go ahead and get him. I just realized he actually cannot get close enough to reinforce an attack. If this guy were to lay siege and then these guys could reach within reinforcement range, which they can, then Scrap Towers is quite vulnerable. So we are actually going to have to wipe this army out with Plague Chosen. So let's take a look here at Plague Chosen, and let's look at our options here. If we were to give him, I think it's worth 83 to give him this. And now let's go ahead and attack. Pyrrhic Victory. His units are not that tough. We wouldn't lose anything in an auto-resolve. I feel like we should probably be able to win this. We can't have this army floating around, is basically what I'm saying, because we don't want to give them the option to attack Scrap Towers while Grog is actually not close enough to reinforce. Okay, start deployment. We have no ranged attacks, but we do, and we have very little in the way of winds of magic. Interesting. Okay, well let's go ahead and move up here to the hilltop. Start the battle. We're going to have to advance on them. I suspect they're not going to come to us, as I thought, but we're not going to race. Okay, so let's do... Is there any reason to go through the trees? Not really. Okay, we're just going to go like this. And who's our fastest unit? 78 right here. You are, obviously. Let's go ahead and send you around to see if we can kind of distract them on this side. That'll just stop them from reinforcing over here before our armies can get... Because what we want to do is we want to fight them on as level ground as possible. We don't want them to be hitting us where they have the high ground. I think we got a serious speed advantage over all of their units, so there's no reason to not go ahead and kind of maneuver him around. Doesn't look like they're really doing anything to react to our forces at this point. I'm going to go ahead and slow it down. They're now moving. If you guys can, let's get you guys like this. Actually, let's get you here. You guys here. And you behind them. Already almost filled up our Magicka reserve. Let's go ahead and get you in here. Are you tired? You're not. You're fresh. Okay, speed up. Okay, let's go ahead and make it look like... Let's make him pull his spearmen down this way. The spearmen are literally the one unit we don't want to fight with him. Make sure you don't get caught by them.
Grant decomposition.
Yeah, okay, should be alright. You guys go ahead and charge into there. You guys charge into there. You guys charge into there. You right in behind them if you would. And
Decay sends me on.
I don't want him to be quite by himself, so I'm not going to charge him directly into their lord at this point. Come on, guys, get in there. I know you're slow, but
All hail decay.
I'm gonna cycle charge here. I'm not gonna leave him in there. I'm not gonna bog him down in a fight with spearmen. Okay, go ahead and get back out.
Spread pestilence.
You. Let's go ahead and stream of corruption like this. Okay. Let's go ahead and
Worshipper of disease.
cycle charge again. Okay, those crypt horrors are a little bit more of a concern. Come on, get out of there. I don't want you fighting spearmen. Come on. Sorry, didn't mean to raise my voice.
Spreading her father's word. Corruption and destruction.
Okay, what is this? This is a charge bonus, which is not worth much. But it is worth a little. Okay, Rancid Visitations maybe on his... Or no, another Stream of Corruption maybe. Yeah, let's do a Stream of Corruption here on... Let's see if we can finish off those guys. And then... Let's get him attacking these Crypt Horrors. Let's drink that. Okay. You guys are fine. You guys are fine. Let's go ahead and... Looks like it's actually going to be easier for you to pull through this way. I think. Who knew that horses would have so much trouble breaking through skeletons and zombies? Okay. Yeah, you're dangerously close to getting bogged down in spearmen again. I think things are going alright. What about you? You could get another Stream of Corruption off. These are just zombies. That's not the best. I can't believe we're not doing more damage than this to his spearmen over there. Okay, let's get, you know what I need to do is I probably need to be targeting his lord at this point. Okay, we got, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're letting two skeletons stop you from being able to... It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Two skeletons are stopping you from being able to break free. Okay. Another Stream of Corruption. Those zombies are not the best target, I don't think. Maybe right here. And then we want to get you in. Victory's in our grasp, but that's good. Let's go ahead and get him. Let's see if he can actually get it. No, not from there. Let's see if he can get a charge in on the enemy lord. Let's go ahead and do this. Take a look at the fighting. Watch our plague bearers here. Kicking some butt. Our cultist in here. Kicking some butt. Kind of lost. Is that looks like his lord right there, I guess. His lord is doing fine. Gonna take a little bit more time. You guys just keep on the Cryptors there. You guys keep... You know what? You guys on the Cryptors as well. Let's one-on-one our cultist back into... Back into his lord. There we go. He got... Didn't actually swing his sword, but you know, our horse kind of nudged his lord with his head, so that's always good. Okay, how are we looking up here? Our lord up here is fine. I think we're out of Winds of Magic, so we can do this. Let's go ahead and put it on his lord. You guys, are you finishing off whatever you're fighting? You're still fighting these crypt horrors. You guys on him. You guys, look at this. We haven't lost any models here on the Frolickers Bubonic. They don't do much damage, that's for sure, but they're also very, very tough. They're also very tired. And he's exhausted. That's not good. We want to get him back out. Leadership-wise, our leadership is much lower than I realized. Come on. Come on, get out of there. You guys are so spread out. Doesn't seem to matter which enemy I target. You just don't really want to move, do you? I'm going to give him a second to see if he can be non-exhausted before we charge back in again. Don't really know quite how long that's going to take. You're fighting zombies. Okay. Plague Bearers 47, leadership 23. That's not great. Are you still exhausted? Okay, I don't think I can wait any longer. I think I need to get him back in there. He needs to provide a leadership bonus to these guys. Wow, okay. Alright, let's go ahead and... This just reduces speed. That's not great. How are you guys doing here? Still working on the Crypt Ghouls. Let's go ahead at this point and speed things up. Yeah, Emil Hocklander, his leadership is now pretty low. I don't think we're going to lose, but man, this is tougher than I was expecting it to be. What is this? Spell resistance, not of any value. Let's get maximum on his lord. Let's speed things up a little bit. Fast forward, not super fast forward. Let's keep an eye on our leadership. It's all not great. One leadership, that's scary. That's very scary. Okay, it's back up to 19. That's good. Boy, that was frightening there for a second. There we go. Okay, everything's disintegrating. Alright, well, yeah. I'm glad we summoned in that Regiment of Renown. That was a little bit of a hairier fight. Really because of our inability to really do much damage. You guys let me know in the comments if you can. Those of you who are a little bit more familiar with some of this stuff than I am. Does having the cultist on horseback actually make him less effective in terms of doing damage? Because it does seem like we charge in, we headbutt with our horse and push the enemy unit back, but we don't actually necessarily do any real damage. And if that's the case, then I want to take him off a horseback and either have him on foot or on the cultists on the war shrine and the exalted heroes on foot or on chariots, possibly. Okay, look at that. We got almost as much money out of that fight as we did attacking the Haunted Forest. That's very interesting. Let's go. We don't really need the infection, so we're going to take the favor, even though there's not a whole lot of it. And we got, I think, we got, if I click on the right thing, there we go. We got a level up for Plague Chosen. That's always very good. Let's go ahead and give him... Gotta take Fleshy Abundance, right? And let's move him back into Scrap Towers, where he can really take a deep breath because he's not being threatened there any longer. Would be nice to get this up to tier 3, but one more turn, we should be able to do it then. So that means Grog. Let's go ahead and get Greasus. I don't think we want him in March Dance because of the attrition. And also, well, you know what? He's not going to... What's the range? That okay, so that's the March range. He can only get to here. So if we move Grog to here, Greasus cannot reach him here, right? Wait a minute. Okay, clearly I did something wrong. Okay, Grease. We don't... Yeah, I don't know what I was looking at a moment ago. It looked to me like Greasus wasn't able to move that far, but now I don't know where he can move. Okay, so let's go ahead. I think as long as we have Kugath and Grog close enough to reinforce each other, I don't think we really need to worry too much. I don't see Greasus coming down here and attacking us, and if he does, I think we'll destroy him. So we got that going for us. Now down here we have minus 22 public order, just as I expected. So let's go ahead and give you the growth, I think, along with the public order. And is there anything else that you can benefit from while we're at it? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Pretty sure there's not any better. Yeah, no, there's nothing better to do, so let's go ahead and do that. That'll help a tiny little bit. Minus 16 per turn. Okay, I don't like this at all. It's because of the control situation. Yeah, he's actually increasing vampiric corruption in this province, even though he has no armies, no heroes, and no settlements in that province. So that's troublesome. Well, you know what? We'll worry about that a little bit later. For now, I think we do have enough money to do something. We've got these buildings going, so that's a good... Ooh, we're only one turn away. I did not know that. We're one turn away from being able to build the Great Blight Oak. That'll be very exciting. We want to save money for that. It's going to take us a while to get 16,000, obviously. Our control is at 100, so we don't really need control anymore. Let's go ahead and do this. This is the only benefit that's really going to provide is a +1. You know what? It's not any benefit at all, so never mind. We already have 100 Nurgle corruption there, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do -1 cycle time for infrastructure buildings. Why not? And you're fine. 2 more turns for Ruin's End. If we had infinite money, which we don't. You're fine, and nothing to do there. So really, best use of our money, I think, is going to be to save up for for improving Dreadrock, so skip all that. Cult upgrade available. Yeah. We know about that. We're going to skip it. Let's go ahead and take a look at our diplomacy here. We're going to get one more end turn in this episode. I don't see them attacking us, but if they do, we're going to have to cut it there, put a break in, because we can't fit another battle into this episode, unfortunately. We're getting pretty good money now, so that's good. That's really, really nice. And this is now costing us 139 per turn, but I'm gonna keep it for now, just because. All right, let's go ahead and see what Greasus is gonna do. All right. He didn't even change out of March stance. That's interesting. Alright, well now we're going to have to think about whether or not to attack him since he's in March stance. Very good. We got trait gain supervisor with Kugath. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to have to react to that. We don't want to let Scrap Towers get too vulnerable. Okay. What do we got? Oh, we got a foreign trespasser. I did not even notice that. Good old Kolek is landed on our shores. Okay, Green Moon. Chance of plague spreading from Grog's army. That's fine. Alright, I don't love that. I do not love that. But, Pig Barter at least. Decent garrison. It's walled.
The mountains call.
Well, you know what it is what it is. If he decides to attack us, I don't know if he'd be able to attack it right away or if he'd have to try to siege it a little bit first. Kugath, we're obviously not going to do anything, but we could attack Shambletown if we wanted to. Shambletown only has a modest garrison plus all of Greasus's troops there. It's just interesting that he stayed in March stance even though he did not move. And then, of course, Grog could come over here and either reinforce or replace Plague Chosen as the defender of Scrap Towers. I don't know. We'll decide at the beginning of the next episode. Really quickly, I am going to check with Magath Kin. Nope, they don't want to confederate. All right, so we had that one opportunity. I think we'll get another opportunity, but for the time being, we no longer have the opportunity to confederate them. Haunted Forest is suffering some serious public order issues, but it is what it is. All right, well, anyway, I still like the fact that we took the Haunted Forest. That's a big addition, or really more importantly, it's a big subtraction to Ghorst. And okay, we got a couple options available to us at the beginning of the next episode. So we'll see what we feel like doing at the beginning of that. And until then, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your comments, and I will see you all in the next episode.